In a small town, there lived a boy named Daniel. He was known for his big dreams. While other children played with toys and games, Daniel often sat under a tree looking at the sky, imagining a life far greater than the world around him. Daniel wanted to become an engineer who would build great bridges and towers. But in his town, there were no good schools, no libraries, and not even electricity most of the time. Everyone laughed at him. "Daniel, you can't even afford books. How will you build bridges?" they mocked. But Daniel smiled and replied, "Every bridge starts with one small stone." Daniel had no resource, but he started with what he had. He borrowed old textbooks from a retired teacher. He studied under the street light when there was no electricity at home. He collected scrap metal and wood to build small models of bridges with his own hands. One day, his little wooden bridge broke apart and the children laughed. But Daniel said, "Every mistake teaches me how to build better." Life was not easy. Sometimes he had no money for notebooks, so he wrote on old newspaper. Sometimes he felt hopeless, watching others give up on their studies. His friends mocked him for wasting time dreaming. But Daniel had one rule: do one small thing every day for my dream. If he couldn't study for hours, he studied for just 10 minutes. If he couldn't build big models, he built tiny ones. If he couldn't afford new books, he learned from old ones. One day, a science exhibition was announced in the nearby city. Daniel wanted to participate, but the entry fee was too high. So he started saving coins by selling tea at the bus stand after school. For months, he saved every little coin until he finally had enough. At the exhibition, Daniel presented a small wooden model of a bridge that could hold much more weight than others expected. Judges were amazed. "How did you design this?" they asked. Daniel simply replied, "By starting small and never stopping." The exhibition changed everything. A professor from the city recognized Daniel's talent and offered him a scholarship. Daniel left his town with tears in his eyes. But determination is hard. In the city, life was harder. The competition was tough. But Daniel remembered his rule: dream big, start small, but start today. He studied harder than anyone. He worked part-time job to support himself. He never let failure stop him. Years passed. Daniel graduated as a top engineer. He went on to design bridges, buildings, and roads that connected cities and changed lives. One day, he returned to his hometown. The same people who once laughed at him now welcomed him with pride, standing on a bridge he had built for his town. Daniel told the children, "Remember, success is not about where you start. It's about whether you start at all. Don't be afraid of small beginnings. A mighty tree begins with a tiny seed. A long journey begins with a single step. Dream big, but start small, and never give up." So today we learned about that. We should start something from a tiny thing. Because if a Daniel he didn't start from a tiny thing, he will be never success in his life. He will be not become a big engineer in the world. We should start everything from small thing. Okay? Don't wait for perfect condition. Start with what you have. Small daily action lead to massive results. People may laugh at your dream, but one day they will respect your persistence. Dream big, start small, start now. If you learned something from this story, then don't forget like and subscribe.